Welcome to The Creative Undoing, a space for unraveling old stories, honoring the sacred, rediscovering creativity, and trusting the signs along the way. This first episode is a reading of an essay that I recently wrote. It's about perfectionism, burnout, and a penny that I found under my keyboard that felt like a sign from my papa. It was the moment that reminded me, I'm a writer, and it's time to begin again. I'm Phoebe Wells, and this is The Penny Under My Keyboard, how grief, inspiration, and a single penny brought me back to the page. The most annoying part about being a writer is that I sometimes loathe writing. Writing has always been an in-the-moment type of thing. I can't will myself to sit down at a computer and create something that I deem worthy of reading. It has to be perfect, poignant, or poetic. But that persistent need to do everything the right way, to say the right thing, and to make sure that the right number of people read it makes me not want to write. But the best part about being a writer is that I love to write. When inspiration strikes and my thoughts narrow, and I can just sit in the moment and share what's popped into my brain in a cohesive and somewhat engaging manner, it feels like nothing I can adequately describe. It's clarity, it's joy, it's calm and exhilaration. So tonight, for the first time in a long time, I felt that spark. The perfectionism procrastination trap. I have a great job in a competitive industry. I'm in a creative role working with a fantastic group of women and for a company that genuinely values its employees. And while I have no interest or intention of doing anything else, these last few months have left me with zero creative energy outside of time spent creating for my job. If my intro didn't give it away, I'm a perfectionist. And unfortunately, not the kind that keeps their house clean and tidy 24/7. Please never look at my baseboards. No, my perfectionism only extends to what I create. I navigate this world through feeling. And when I'm working on content, it's not done until I feel it's done. Until I feel that resonance of inner acceptance deep in my chest. It's not complete. One of the best episodes of Upstate Unsolved was written, recorded, and edited in 22 hours straight, but that's a story for another time. There's something about a tight deadline that cuts out the noise and lets me get in the flow. The adrenaline and race to the finish narrows my focus, and that resonant yes feeling gives me confidence in the finished product. My greatest accomplishments thus far have all been done on tight deadlines. But it also fuels my anxiety and imposter syndrome. The perfectionism procrastination paradox has served me professionally, but outside of work, it's left me stuck. I think about creating daily, but the spark rarely comes when I try to plan it. I'll tell myself, I'll start tomorrow, and then another tomorrow passes. The switch from creative to technical tasks drains me, and there's only so much time in the day. The spark returns. The biggest pitfall of this tightrope is the toll it takes on creativity. Perfectionism stops creating for the sake of creating. It halts connections, stamps out joy, and prevents me from growing my skills on my own time, unattached to a company. It stifles the light that I'd like to bring to this world. But tonight, the lights of others inspired me. I spent the afternoon and evening editing an interview. The conversation between three incredible women left me feeling hopeful for the future. I felt a surge of gratitude for the people in this world using their platforms to amplify stories currently being stifled. Compassionate and intelligent people advocating for others and standing up for what's right. There's a fog surrounding our collective world right now, and uncertainty seems to lurk around every corner. But the humans getting up daily to create connection, community, and uplifting content amidst the chaos are the unsung heroes of the moment. It takes an incredible amount of effort to build community, to create art, comedy, music, and spark dialogue, but especially during times of turbulence. A sign from Papa. I'm reading Signs, The Secret Language of the Universe by psychic medium Laura Lynn Jackson. My Mimi passed away 4 years ago on Monday, and over the past few weeks, I've been more deliberate about being open to messages from my loved ones who have passed. Mimi was in a nursing home during COVID. The last time I saw her in person before the world shut down was Christmas Eve 2019. The next and final time I hugged her was in the spring of 2021, a few weeks before she passed. I'm not sure if I've fully processed how difficult that time was. I'm not sure if any of us have. Since 2020, it feels like we're stumbling through a timeline in a future history lesson that students will be grateful that they didn't live through. I hope the lessons we gather on this uncertain march into the future will create a better environment for the next generation. I have to believe that we will. For me, I found comfort in the spiritual side of life. While I'm plugged into current events, I seek out the esoteric. I'm more than halfway through an astrology certification. I meditate, do yoga when I can, journal, and generally try to hold a state of mindfulness the best that I can. Reading signs has helped me follow the spiritual path more closely. I went back to my home church last month and will be attending again this Mother's Day. Mimi's husband, my papa, passed away in 2004. He was my buddy, my biggest cheerleader, and my main ice cream supplier. I was 10 when he died, and I often wonder what would have happened if I had had him for a few years longer. Would I have been more confident, braver, less consumed by perfection? After he passed, we found pennies everywhere, in the strangest places. He once told my mom, "I'm like a bad penny. I always turn up." Pennies became hellos from Papa, but admittedly, it's been a while since I've acknowledged his greetings. Tonight, I opened my desk drawer to pull out my keyboard. I'm in and out of this drawer every day, sometimes multiple times, but right under the keyboard, there it was, a penny. In that moment, I knew he was saying hello, telling me it was time to write. Finding my way back. As I went to open Substack, I dropped my keyboard and hit random keys while catching it. My email opened, and as did a random draft from August 15th, 2022. I forgot that I briefly wrote a weekly astrological energy and card reading newsletter, and by briefly, I mean I published one issue and 2 weeks later created the one that was sitting in my draft. My perfectionism procrastination paradox failed to keep up with it. I shared it on a Patreon page that I never promoted. So tonight, I surrendered to the moment and briefly put my perfectionism aside to publish this post. I'm not sure when I'll catch another creative wave, but I hope I do, and I hope I write to you again when it comes. May you choose love, and may you find light in as many moments as possible. Sending you all love and light.